Hi everyone, this is daveac.blip.tv and this is my vblog 117 for Friday the 15th of October 2010. An organically upgraded Dave AC, so into who, tech and wine, and in under 15 minutes we shall get to the wine. So here we go. Well, as normal, talking about Doctor Who podcasting, Doctor Who Podshock. No new one out this week. As far as I record this, the latest episode is episode 224. But of course, no sooner than I've said that, hopefully Lewis will have got a new podcast up. The Cultum Collective, however, have been busy as per usual. Last Sunday, we did our top 10 Doctor Who companions, and that was quite an interesting show because the definition of what is an assistant or a companion or somebody who's travelled in the TARDIS or who's just a member of unit caused some discussion amongst the collective, but nonetheless we came up with a pretty wide variety of choices and some common ground as to ones that should be included. So I hope you will go to the TalkShoe page 54821 or to our Facebook fan page, or indeed subscribe on iTunes and get that episode. This coming Sunday, that will be the 17th of October, we're moving away from Doctor Who in the most part, although it may get a look in as usual, and we're talking about part of the FSX 200 poll, and this is part 6, and it's just 20, we're not doing 200, 20 favourite sages, mentors and boffins. So this is everything from Gandalf to Obi-Wan Kenobi to Guinan in Star Trek. So a whole range of different characters, including Giles from Buffy. So please try and join us at the usual time of 2 p.m, still on Eastern Daylight Time, on TalkShoe ID 54821. Or failing that, hopefully you'll download it later. There's no studio show gone up yet. Hopefully Ian will be getting one of our other studio shows up on the feed soon. But the lad is very, very busy at the moment with family duties. So as soon as he can, that will go up as well. Okay, well, the Sarah Jane Adventures have started. We've had both episodes 1 and 2 of The Nightmare Man, and a pretty good start indeed. As usual, when you launch a new series, this is the 4th series in Sarah Jane Adventures, the actual monster, or whatever you want to call it, takes a slight backseat to giving you a chance to refresh your memory with the main characters involved. And I think this did a pretty good job of it. So that's on. And the first part of David Tennant's non-science fiction series called A Single Father aired this week. I must admit I wasn't that taken with it, but I do have personal experience of that, and that may have clouded my judgment as to how good the drama was. But I'm sure David Tennant fans will have tuned in to catch that. And of course Merlin is going along quite nicely now as well. So we're doing quite well for Doctor Who related actors and science fiction series here in the UK at the moment, and even on Sky One, Stargate Universe has restarted as well. Okay, I'm going to go to my 3rd instalment of my Doctor Who DVD. We're still on the Trial of a Time Lord, and this is from the 3rd disc, Terror of the Vervoids, but I'm not going to show you any clip because it would be a spoiler. What I'm going to do is go to the special extras on this, and I'm going to go to a short clip of Bonnie Langford, and she's on the Saturday Picture Show being interviewed by Mark Curry. So we'll move the camera around and hopefully get that ready, and here we go.
A clip from the first episode, which is tonight, 5:45 p.m. You're not in that one. When do you make your appearance?
I don't come into it until the 9th episode. So, in fact, seeing parts of that now make more sense to what I was doing earlier. Because I didn't know what was happening in the series before. But the whole thing is a continuation. It's all the trial of the Time Lord.
Wow.
And there's 3 different stories. One is set in the past, one is in the present, and one is in the future. And my story is in the future.
Excellent.
2032, I think.
Well, we'll look
Probably
forward.
got that wrong.
Well, but you're from 1986, your character.
My character is from 1986.
Right.
A health and fitness fanatic, and I have to try and make...
Right, I'm going to have to stop it there because we need to move on. While I've got the camera over here, I'm just going to go and mention a slight tech item. I was looking at something for a friend of mine, but I came across this whole series. It's called Zoo Universe, and there are a number of online scientific efforts that need community help. Moon Zoo, Galaxy Zoo, All Weather, Solar Storm Watch Galaxy Zoo, and so on. The one I was looking at from a friend who's interested in ships is this one, which is using the logbooks of old naval ships from the First World War. And because they were handwritten, computers can't get the information collated. So the idea is that, well, let's play a little of this explanation.
Anything you read in a logbook, you can be sure that it's a true and faithful account. In fact, it was an offence to actually falsify a log. They were reasonably well-educated men. They could read and write. They could navigate. They had a basic understanding of mathematics. Many of these sailors and officers.
Right, stop it there. That's just explaining that these records are really high quality data on the weather patterns during those years. And they've got logbooks from 280 First World War naval ships, and they want the public to help out collating those. And very quickly, there's also one for the moon. And let's just see a little clip of that.
In this activity, we're going to ask you to look at images from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, a new NASA mission that is taking images of the moon in unprecedented detail. In these images, you'll be able to see not just craters, but also lava features, and in some cases, lost lunar landers and other robotic space debris. To get started, just click the big orange button in the upper left-hand corner. Type in your username and password, or somebody else's, and log in. You can use the same login you use for Galaxy Zoo, Solar Storm Watch, and everything else in the Zooniverse. Once logged in, you'll be returned to the main Moon Zoo page. From here, you can select to either identify features on the moon with Crater Survey or to do Boulder Wars. We're going to start with Crater Survey. You'll be presented with an image of a section.
And we'll stop it there. And the idea is that you mark out the main things on there. So that is really a little brilliant tech way that you can help with your computer. I haven't yet joined it myself, but if I did, I think the moon one is the one that I would be most interested in. Very quickly, and we're running out of time already, want to do a little bit of music. I haven't got a book to read today, but this is an Essential Classics, Beethoven's Piano Sonatas, Rudolf Serkin at the piano, and I'm going to play a little bit of Pathetic Piano Sonata number 8. Let's see if we can hear a little bit of that from track 1. See if I hold that still. Let's get the number in it there. It's not focusing for me. Okay. Lovely, lovely music. I'm going to have to stop it. Okay, I've had that for some while. It's a mid-price Essential Classics by Sony, I hope that's still available, and it really is beautiful piano music, especially when I play it on my other main speakers. It sounds a little bit more fulsome than that. Okay, well, we're just up to 10 minutes, and I'm up to the wine. But before I do that, just a couple of tech things, because I mentioned updates in my opening. Just to say that there's been a very big update if you use the AVG antivirus to AVG 11. So if you're using the free version, a big 140 megabyte download and update. The other one will be phased out soon, so you need to do that soon. And there's also been a Skype upgrade if you use Skype to 4.2.0. So that is another thing. I always seem to go onto the computer to do something quick, and those always seem to be the times when there are big updates. Okay, well, I said organically upgraded daveac. So something. Well, that was a clue to my wine. This is a wine from the supermarket in the UK called Sainsbury's. So it's Sainsbury's Organic Shiraz. I hope that's going to focus there, that's better. Wine produced in France, Vin de Pays d'Or, 2009. It's got a wealth of information on the back there. And we're going to mention it. And I'm hoping to get that brambly fruitness seasoned by white pepper spice. And this has been poured out the usual 20 minutes to half hour before I started recording, and it's got a beautiful colour, and there have been some lovely little fruity flavours coming across. And it is that typical Shiraz, as it says, brambly, fruits of the forest, blackberry type of, actually more red berry, more berry than blackcurrant. That is definitely more on the slightly sharper berry than blackcurrant flavour. It is quite sharp actually, drier than I thought it would be, but there are those peppery notes, and I am getting a little bit of spice. But there's no oak in it. It's actually, let's see, just check it's 13.5%, but it's actually coming across as not that strong. You know, it's not as full-bodied as I was expecting it. It's rather thin, seems too severe to say, but it's let me taste it again. Not totally satisfactory, to be honest there. It's got a little bit of it's slightly unrefined. It's a little bit sharp on the palate. It's not as full, it doesn't have that full mouth feel that some of the bigger Shirazes and Cabernets have. It's, I would say slightly disappointing. Cost, it was £5.30 odd, which is about €6, which is about $8. So for Sainsbury's, that's quite a value wine. But I have to say, it's a reasonable drink. It's a midweek drink, but I'm not, unless it actually sort of opens up a little bit more after it's later on this evening when I drink the rest of it. It's not that. How can I put it? It's not that enjoyable. It just has that sort of slight thinness, a lack of body to it, a lack of complexity, and although it's pleasant enough, I've bought cheaper £4 bottles that have tasted as well. So a little bit disappointing, but at least it fulfills a need with being organic. And with that, we're up to the 15 minutes, and I have to close the show. So that's daveac vblog 117 Catch you next week. Bye.